Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, my mother organized me and my boyfriend's vacation without our permission and wants us to pay her. Please help, Mom spies on me wherever I go. Entitled Airline Mom. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My mother organized me and my boyfriend's vacation without our permission and wants us to pay her. My boyfriend and I had been planning to go to a vacation this summer for my birthday. He has been studying, so meanwhile I was in charge of looking for affordable places to stay for a few nights, maybe a week. I asked my mom to help me with the booking, since she knows a lot of affordable places. The problem takes place a few days later, where she paid for a booking for 2 nights in a 5-star hotel that cannot be cancelled, without telling me or my boyfriend about it beforehand, and expects us to repay her. We didn't even know the schedule or the name of the hotel up until she already paid for it, and we wanted a cheaper place to stay more nights. The hotel is very nice, but she did not tell us a word about it. She chose for us without our permission, and now we have to pay her when we wanted to choose and pay for a place ourselves. The price is €350, and she told us she's helping us with approximately €100, but we still have to pay her €250. While I understand she wanted to have a nice detail, we are spending our money for a plan she liked and a plan she did not discuss with us, so it now feels like her vacation and not ours. Her actions don't make any sense and they seem disrespectful to my boyfriend and I. I don't understand the purpose for all of this. I will give her the benefit of the doubt and assume she lightheartedly wanted to have a nice detail, but I'm still very mad we didn't get to choose, and on top of that we have to pay her. Edit. Last night I asked her where could I get the money from, and she told me that I should ask my dad for money and save up the money my dad gives me. He legally owes money. While this is not a bad response, she then told me that if my dad gives me, for example €20, I should save them up, give her €15 to progressively pay for the hotel and keep €5 for myself. It's sketchy. She demanding a big part of the money my dad gives me seems to be a recurrent theme in my life. She reasonably hates my dad, he is not the best either, but it seems she wants to control his money through me. Just tell her what you wrote here. I appreciate the help, but I'm sorry we can't afford that, and I will be picking a place within my price that I want to go to. That was a pretty dumb move on her part. I hope you enjoy your vacation at X hotel. We did not discuss that as an option, or I would have told you it was out of our price range and not our ideal choice. Since you didn't ask us, we won't be compensating you for the decision you made unilaterally. I'd recommend contacting the hotel, booking company, or credit card company. I will tell her, but I hope I don't come off as ungrateful or something along those lines. I'm afraid she will accuse me as such. Or maybe not. Did you actually mention you needed help to find something affordable? Because I can't get how she would understand that, as in you wanted a 5-star hotel. Also, how can you be grateful for something you didn't ask for? You asked her for help in finding something affordable and then you to do the booking and everything else. Yes, and I told her we wanted to stay for at least 3 nights. Perhaps there was a misunderstanding. I will clear things out with her tomorrow. Thanks for the advice. You have to ask yourself whether this is a recurring theme with her. If she frequently does things that impact you without telling you beforehand, it's definitely time for her to face the consequences of her own actions. Just think hard about whether you have a good relationship with her. Does it fill you with dread when you have to see or talk to her? Does she make you feel guilty when she doesn't get what she wants? Unless you have a good relationship, you made a mistake by asking her for help. If you do have a good relationship, you need to talk to her about boundaries. This is something I have to think about, since our relationship is rather unstable. Sometimes good, sometimes not so good. Thank you for the advice. I will think about these questions. Smiley face. Mom, this isn't what I asked you to do. I never asked you to actually book a hotel. especially without asking me first before booking. I was only looking for suggestions. This hotel is too expensive. We never would have chosen it. Correct, it sounds like you have to choose the words carefully here. Circ, find inspiration for places to stay, not, help me book a hotel. And the thing about 5-star hotels, everything is so expensive: water, food, drinks, soda, etc. I rarely enjoy the uptight fancy hotels, would rather stay somewhere cozy for much longer time. Too bad for her. She's overstepped her role and it's going to cost her €350. You are under no obligation to pay her back. She was especially stupid to book something non-refundable. Do not cave in and pay her. Just be straight, you asked for her advice on bookings, not that she would choose which one. Reasonably shed pay the difference. If she doesn't make up the difference to where you want to stay, just say she's clear for the holidays, because you won't expect gifts, because she's already given it, because she will have to pay the difference. Mom, you wildly overstepped a boundary here. I asked you to help me research for this, not go rogue and book something without even asking us. It's out of our budget and it's not something we would have picked. I'm not going to siphon money off my father to give to you for this. You need to figure out how to cancel it or take the vacation yourself. Next time I ask you for help, don't just take the idea and run with it. I appreciate the help, but I do not appreciate you putting me in this position. You don't owe her anything. If she is as savvy as she presents herself, she can figure a way out of the reservation. A nice thing for her to do would have been to send you details and walk you through the process of booking the reservation once you and boyfriend made a decision. Please help, Mom spies on me wherever I go. I 20F am so frustrated. All the way through middle school and college she has always been helicoptering. She always calls my teachers and asks them how my grades are, if I hang out with boys, if I have a boyfriend, if I smoke, how are my friends. She even tells them how I am at home. How I never give her my Facebook password, how I put a lock in my phone, how I never share anything about my life with her. Honestly, the reason is so obvious why I am the way I am. I remember this one day my father beat the living shit out of me because I skipped tuition classes and stayed home, and the first thing that came out of her mouth was, she never gives me her password. What kind of daughter doesn't share her password with her mother? She kept pestering me to give my password while I laid down on the floor crying in pain. I'm sick of her calling and visiting my teachers behind my back. The teachers would then embarrass me in front of the entire class. Every single teacher I had knew my mother because she'd visit every single one of them. One of them was so fed up, they gave me their cell phone and asked me to block her number. He told me, your mother calls me first thing in the morning right when I open my eyes and calls me late at night when I close my eyes to sleep. He also said your mother goes through your room and your stuffs every day after you leave for college. And turns out he was right. She even goes through my dustbin. The teacher refused to give me classes in the next semester and I was so anxious before my finals. Yesterday she even called the place where I take my guitar classes, looking up the number online. When I found out, she blatantly lied and said she didn't. When I exploded, she said she only did it so that she wanted to buy me a guitar before my audition. She just wanted to know how much time was left for the audition. I received an email today saying I had passed the first round of audition. I don't even feel any joy because I know it's not because of my musical abilities but because of her. I insulted. Then she started playing the victim card. I want out of this, I want to kill myself. Edit, a lot of you have advised me on moving out because I am 20 already. Thing is, I cannot. In my culture, girls can only move out after getting married or if get accepted in colleges abroad. Nobody lives on their own unless they came to the city from village. If you do move out, the society will think of you as an delinquent or good for nothing / doesn't care for family. I am considering getting married too. Edit 2, I got so angry I changed her FB password and deactivated her account. I made it years ago so I knew the password. I know her Facebook is the most precious thing for her. She apologized to me and told me to give her account back. I am not doing that. Years and years of trying to make her understand with my words didn't work, so I had to go the low way. I totally understand this. My dad does this shit and it gets so aggravating that we start screaming and yelling at each other. Has he stopped yet? If so, how did you manage to make him stop? This is so invasive I'd consider it stalking, not helicoptering. It sounds like it is so extreme that it's not a deep conversation and things will improve thing. It sounds like a move out, put on an info diet and low contact, like birthday Christmas phone calls, and start documenting her stalking when it inevitably continues and you need a restraining order type thing. She is interfering in your adult life. The only way that's going to stop is if you take the adult decision to leave. Your mother is mentally ill and your father is a monster. You need to get out of there. Is there anyone, friends or extended family, who has room for you to move in? Talk to a counselor at your college and ask for help. The only way I can move out is to get into a college abroad. They can easily spy on me if I move in with family or friends. But even so, I don't know, cause my mom told me I'll go wherever you go when I said I wanted to go abroad to study music. Thank you for replying. Killing yourself is never an answer. You have to outlife your enemies. Studying in Europe is fairly cheap because we have nearly no tuition costs. How about a fancy study abroad far away from these creatures? Like saying you study in Belfast instead of London like you told them. Thank you. I am seriously considering learning French or German. Studying in Europe is not cheap at all if you're not from Europe. I can't type much as I'm in between work, but it's someone who used to work in this kind of thing. It's not because of her you got the audition, it's in spite. Usually parents like that makes us want to refuse a kid vacate. It's always going to be a headache, but it seems you're good enough for them to overlook her. But she needs to stop or she might actually sabotage your next one. Thank you. We have literally the same mom. I just started to become extremely secretive and lie about everything. Even the smallest things. I eventually had to get therapy once I was out of the house and married because I was so effed up from the lack of boundaries. I can especially relate to the teacher thing. Very few people know what it's like to get out of the car, after dealing with a psycho parent, and then into a school where your teachers despise you all day because of your overzealous mother and her actions. I hope you find an escape from her soon. You will be so much happier and healthier when she can't control your life anymore. Hate that for you, Opie, and hating more that you are in a country/culture where you can't get out unless you search for education abroad. Which field is your education? I was studying business a few months ago, but I dropped out because I wanted to pursue music. But now that she has called my music school yesterday, I feel ashamed and embarrassed to even go there anymore because I don't know what she has told my teachers there. I received an email today saying that I got in the first round of audition. I don't even feel any joy because I know she did something. Well, it sounds like your mom is happy to make you out to be a delinquent already, so you may as well move out. Forget what others think and be happy. And by the way, I was going to say not giving your mother your password is normal teen behavior, then I realized you're 20, of course you're not giving her your passwords and you expect some level of privacy. I'm sorry that people hide abuse behind culture, which is what's happening here. I know I'd rather live on my own and not be a part of the culture than put up with this. I wish you all the best, and I'd advise reaching out to some local charities that could perhaps help you. I appreciate it's a difficult situation. Thank you very much. If you're financially independent and living separately, maybe consider a restraining order. I come from a third world country where a girl can only live separately after she gets married. There are no restraining order laws against parents too. Unfortunately. Entitled Airline Mom. So I work for a major American airline. Literally AA actually, and I've had a plethora of VPs call me in my career so far, but this story takes the cake. So I pick up the call. Thanks for calling American Airlines, how can I help you? EP, yes, I'd like to get seats for my flight. Me, do you have your record locator/confirmation number? EP, no, but I've been on hold for an hour. Me, okay ma'am, do you have anything I can use to help you look up the flight info? 10 minutes later. Me, okay, I see this is a Costco travel agency third-party booking with British Airlines, but as a whole domestic flight. What this means is for some reason Costco booked this passenger on flights within the US, but technically BA controlled the flights. This means there will be an external reservation fee of $50 person per person. EP, okay, I just need flights so my family can sit together. Me, pulls up the seat map. Okay ma'am, I see we have paid seats available to sit your family together as they are the only seats left open on the plane. EP, what? I'm not going to pay for those seats. You all need to accommodate me as I have a 15-year-old that isn't sitting near me. Me, well ma'am, I am just telling you what I have available as Costco booked the seats how they did when you were booking with them. EP, my 15-year-old will have an anxiety attack if you don't sit us together. Me, ma'am, while I understand what you are saying, 15 is old enough under our rules to be a young adult traveling alone. EP, well you are going to have a Y88 that has a panic attack if you don't give me those seats UF and $cur. Me, ma'am, do not curse at me again or I will end the call and make sure the next agent that gets a call from you understands how you treat us. EP, okay, I'm sorry, God, please don't hang up on me. So what can you do to sit us together? Me, again ma'am, we only have the main cabin extra seats available. I cannot unassign other passengers from their seats. EP, you know I don't like your tone, you have a bad attitude. Me, ma'am, I am just working within the rules corporate has given me. EP, listen here, UF and $cur. Me, and I'll be disconnecting to you your bad attitude. Handle the Karen perfectly here. Next customer service rep may get a more polite Karen as a result. Click. I can disarm some, but others just think I'll give them free first class. No, I won't if you're being horrible. I might if you are a decent human being and we just messed up your vacation at the last minute. Even then, that is rare for me. Not everyone is getting an accidental upgrade to first class because I forgot to set up the downgrade from first to main cabin. You have to be having a truly shitty day for me to be willing to put my job on the line like that. Dear EP, in light of your treatment of staff, we have upgraded you to be loaded in the baggage compartment so that you can all be together. Have a nice day. Nah, baggage compartment is too nice. Why not just strap bungee cords to the bottom of the plane and tie them in? Dang, that is some aggressive stuff right there. It's good that you have a company that allows you to click on people who are being hostile. I am betting the 15-year-old will be thrilled not to be seated with the parents. I don't get why she is calling to get that arranged after the fact and not when she booked and paid for the seats in the first place. Who wants to bet that the 15-year-old in question would much rather have a seat away from mommy, dearest? Never by third party. How hard is this to understand? We always book with the hotel or airline we are using, sometimes I even call the actual hotel I'm going to. It has always served me well and isn't difficult to do. If you book third party, the airline/hotel may have no interest in helping you when you get into a situation where you need help or you will be low on the totem pole. Source, me, my family travels a lot and by the end of next week we will have secured executive platinum level again with American Airlines. One reason I like flying American, y'all definitely have zero tolerance for rude, entitled customers. I watched a gate agent put a Karen in the wild in her place last week in Denver and it was glorious. They almost didn't let her board, LMAO. Good to know your employer has your back in this kind of situation. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.